What is going on, everybody? And today is February 11th, 2016. Now, you're probably wondering yourself, why did I just tell you the date like you don't already know it? Because you need to remember this day. Because today is quite possibly the day that we have witnessed the biggest fanboy meltdown in the history of fanboyism. And I don't think I'm exaggerating. But before we get into the actual fanboying, let's just go over the big news that happened today. Microsoft came out and announced that Quantum Break is also going to be going to the PC instead of just being on the Xbox One. Now, I kind of expected this news because this is pretty much the norm for Microsoft, and it has been the norm for a long time now. I mean, we can go all the way back to 2007 with the first BioShock game. When BioShock 1 came out, it was on 360 and PC, but not on PS3. It came to PS3 a year later. Let's look at the first Mass Effect and the second Mass Effect. None of those went to PS3 immediately, but they were all on 360, but they also all had PC versions. So Microsoft has been doing this for quite a while now. They'll release an Xbox version and a PC version. It's really nothing new, especially today when their current console in this generation isn't selling as well as their previous consoles. Meaning, if they want their games to actually be bought by the majority of people, they need to release it on PC. Because so then more people can buy it. So, this news is not surprising to me, and it honestly won't be surprising if they announce that the next Halo game is going to be on PC. I honestly believe Gears of War 4 is going to be on PC, especially since the Ultimate Edition also saw a PC release. I think they're preparing for Gears of War 4 to be on PC. That's just my opinion. So it won't surprise me if future titles are not going to be announced for PC as well. So when I first heard this news, it wasn't surprising, and I firmly expected the Xbox fanboy community to pretty much do their usual damage control whenever something like this happens. They'll say things like, "Oh, but it's still Microsoft exclusive. It's still not available on PlayStation. It's still under the Microsoft brand, and it's still Microsoft exclusive. And you can only play it on Microsoft platforms." You know, that usual garbage. Hell, I saw one person earlier say that it's not available for PC, but it's still Microsoft exclusive because you can play it on Windows 10. Yeah. Okay. So that's what I expected when I saw that news this morning. Boy, was I in for a shocker. I did not see this coming whatsoever. Pretty much, a good number of Xbox fanboys had a huge meltdown over this news. And when I say meltdown, I literally mean meltdown. They just went batshit crazy over this news. They were going all over the place. They were saying things like that Phil Spencer has betrayed the Xbox fans, and they betrayed the Xbox, and that he betrayed the Xbox brand, and that he doesn't care about the Xbox gamers, and they're tired of all their games going to PC. What's the point of buying an Xbox One when I can just get a gaming PC and just play all these Xbox games on the gaming PC, but at higher resolution and better frame rate? They were just going absolutely crazy. And it's funny how a lot of these fanboys are now saying the stuff that people have been saying to them for months and months and months. That if you already have a good enough PC to game on, it's kind of hard to justify the purchase of an Xbox One, because the majority of their quote-unquote exclusives are also going to be on PC. People have been telling them that for months and months. And now they're getting it. And of course, a lot of them attacked Phil Spencer. Which, you know, that honestly is just... I can't really understand that, because Phil Spencer's literally probably been the best thing to happen to Xbox in quite a long time, in my opinion. He's been a real good head for Xbox. He's trying to promote a better relationship with the PC platform, which is funny how they're complaining about these games going to PC when Phil Spencer pretty much, at the past 2 E3s, pretty much laid out his plan on what he wants to see the Xbox brand do. He wants to coexist with PC. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with that. It's about growing the Xbox brand. That is what he wants to do, and there's nothing wrong with it. If you were a true Xbox fan, you would want that. But obviously, a lot of these people don't want that. And in particular, one crap gamer. Now, I haven't really spoken in depth about Crap Gamer. I made a video many months ago talking about when he was stealing people's footage, which has probably still been one of the most disgusting things to happen in this gaming community. See, at least some of these other fanboys, they use their own footage to make their stupid videos. He had to pretty much steal other people's footage for his content, which is just simply disgusting. And he was probably the one that had the biggest meltdown. Now, I'll show you a few tweets in this video. I'm not going to show you every tweet, because then we'll be here forever. But yeah, he was tweeting at Phil Spencer. And it's funny how a lot of these people, they seem to think that Phil Spencer is their buddy. That Phil Spencer is their friend. That Phil Spencer needs to talk to them before making decisions like this. It's like they think they're on the Microsoft and Xbox team, and that they sit at the round table as the board of directors. That's what these people honestly act like. And he was talking to Phil Spencer like Phil Spencer should have talked to him about this. And he was telling Phil Spencer, oh, I'm going to cancel my Quantum Break pre-order. I'm canceling it right now. This is not right. How dare you bring this game to PC? And then, possibly the most glorious thing that could happen in this scenario. Phil Spencer actually saw these tweets, and he was probably getting a little fed up by being tweeted to death over this issue by Crap Gamer and all the other Xbox fanboys. He decided to actually chime in. And what he said was just simply amazing, and it made Crap Gamer look like the fool that he actually is. He basically said, in a nutshell, so you're going to cancel a pre-order of a game that you really want to play just because other people get to play it now? Yeah, when you actually put it that way, it sounds pretty stupid, doesn't it? Well, you want to know why? It's because it is. It's because this whole fanboy console war is fucking stupid. It is just simply stupid. And it's completely pointless, especially this gen, because honestly, the PlayStation 4 is a clear-cut winner in this console war. They're so far ahead. There's almost nothing Microsoft can do to catch up. No matter what they do at this point, honestly. It's just the way it is. It's the way the wind blows, so to speak. And, you know, something like this actually makes me admire Phil Spencer. That the fact that he's actually willing to tweet with regular people on Twitter. Which is cool, because usually you don't see most high-level executives do something like this. Like, they never actually have dialogue with us. So it's kind of cool to see that, but at the same time, I just wish he would see that it's completely pointless to converse with these lunatic fanboys. And let's be perfectly honest, that's what these people are. They are lunatic fanboys. They're 30, 40-year-old men who pretty much act like that Phil Spencer and all these corporate heads and the actual Xbox console itself are their friends, their buddies. That's insane, because any rational thinking adult would know that that's just a console, and these are corporate heads that are in charge of the console, and that's all they are. All they care about is growing their brand and making money. So, while I admire that Phil Spencer wants to do stuff like this, he shouldn't waste his time with these kind of people. And the meltdown has pretty much commenced all freaking day. Hell, it's probably still going on while I'm recording this very video. I saw a YouTube stream that a lot of these Xbox Mafia people were having. It's probably still going on as we speak, as I'm making this. And they were just crying. And I don't say that just to be funny. I honestly think that they're literally crying, because usually when someone cries, you can kind of tell when they have cried because their voice starts to crack a little bit, and you can tell that they've been having tears run down their face. You can tell when someone cries, basically. Just listen to these people. A lot of them sound like they were literally crying over this news. And what has their crying gotten them? Their crying has not gotten them what they wanted. Their crying has gotten them ridicule. And not just ridicule from people like me, probably from people like you and other gamers. They've been getting ridiculed by the mainstream gaming media. That's right. Places like Kotaku, Polygon, IGN, all these other gaming websites have picked up on this thing. They've picked up on this situation. And Crap Gamer and other Xbox fanboys are being ridiculed, not just by our YouTube gaming community. They are being ridiculed all over the world now. God, that's gotta hurt. That's gotta sting them. But you know what? They have brought it on themselves. When you become a fanboy and you become a crazy lunatic fanboy and you pretty much try to stick your chest out and act a lot tougher than you actually are, you know what? Gotta deal with the consequences. And now they have to deal with all this. Now, you know, maybe this could have a reverse effect and could give them more popularity and attention now that mainstream websites have picked up on these people. But I don't know how that's going to work. We'll have to wait and see on that. But I want to talk about and point out one more thing before I end this video. I personally usually try to equate fanboy groups all the same. As in, if you're a fanboy group of any console or any entity, I'm going to equate you in the same way. Because in my opinion, it's perfectly okay to be a passionate fan of something. It's okay to have a preference. But when you cross that line into fanboy territory, you're going way too far in my opinion. I don't do that anymore. To me, now there's a clear-cut group of fanboys that are the nuttiest and more lunatic group out of all the fanboy groups. Because let's look at Sony fanboys. There are some PlayStation 4 games that, while they're not coming to Xbox One, they are also heading to PC. Kind of like the similar situation that is happening with Xbox One games like Quantum Break. So games like Street Fighter V and No Man's Sky are going to be on PS4, but they're also going to be on PC. But do you see any Sony fanboys crying over this? Do you see them going ballistic over that happening to those games? No, you don't. they are not saying anything about it. They're not being negative about it whatsoever. They don't seem to mind. You know, honestly, that should really tell you something right there. And honestly, that tells me that there's one particular group of fanboys that are worse than all the others. And you know what? The proof is in the pudding here. So, alright, that's about it. Please let me know about what you think about this whole scenario, because this is just absolutely freaking insane. And February 11th, 2016, in my opinion, is going to become an historic date in our little gaming community here. It is a day to remember. So let me know what you think, and until next time, you all have a good one.